What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Greenleaf Season 2, the season finale. So let's get to it, shall we? Well, I'm going to tell you what. Now, we had some rocky times with the second start of this second season, and I wasn't happy with the way the second half of the second season started. However, that shit has closed off. These last two episodes have been very good, very entertaining. I laughed and laughed at that shit all last night, you guys. So, let's get started. The show opens with, we see Charity. She's out on the road. She's singing backup. Okay, her boy Jabari is there supporting on the side of the stage. We see May. She's going through news clippings. She's going through old pictures. She's going through old jewelry. We see Zora. She's picking out her cotillion dress, okay, and she's concerned that the family will see her bruises on her arms from that stupid ass Isaiah. And we see Bishop, okay. Maricel is getting all his clothes together. She was looking at him and she goes, all of it? And he says, all of it. I said, uh-oh, what are you doing, Bishop? Well, when Bishop and May and Grace are talking in the little vestibule of the home, we find out that Bishop has told Maricel to move all his clothes out of the bedroom. He ain't sleeping in there with that damn May no more. And you know, poor Grace, she is concerned for her parents. Now we see May, she's with her grandbabies, okay, Sophia and Zora. She gives them the pearl necklaces, and you know, she gives them some granny logic on how they are, you know, also perfect pearls, and that they should take care of themselves and respect themselves, and you know, how classy they are, and yada yada yada. Yeah, thanks, Granny. Zora gotta go because Isaiah's out there honking the horn, alright? And Sophia looks very annoyed. May was like, what's going on? And she was just like, I just don't like Zora's boyfriend. And she was just like, well, he must not be anything if he can't even got the home training enough to come in the house and get her. He honking for her. She was like, but you know what? You can't do anything about it. The heart wants what it wants, okay? Eventually, she gonna see him for the asshole that he is, and she's gonna move on with her life. Don't worry about it. Now, May finally gets a call from Mavis, okay? Mavis is real short to the point, like, yeah, you been calling? And May was just like, yeah, I called because, you know, I was just going through things, and I gave the girls mama's old pearls, you know, and I was just making sure that you was okay with it. And Mavis like, give a fuck about them pearls. Like, what you calling me for? What is this you keep talking about my club? And Mavis tells her, you know what, I think that you may still own the club. And I was thinking to myself, like, I don't remember the story on the club. Do you guys remember? What happened? How did Mavis lose that club? Yeah, you guys will have to remind me in the comments below. But I guess, anyway, May has piqued Mavis's interest. Now, later on, we see May. She's all dressed up for the cotillion. That May looks sharp in that black dress. I said, girl, you best do it. Oh, yes, honey. I tell you, I love Lynn Whitfield because she has all of the pomp and circumstance and a highfalutin snobbery of, you know, the women of high society and the such. And she looked every bit of that in that black dress. She was beautiful. Beautiful in that dress. Anyway, while she's getting dressed, Maricel comes and lets her know that Kevin is there, of all people. May just goes out there and she was just like, yeah, well, what can I do for you? He says he's looking for Charity, and she was just like, well, Charity is not here. And he says, well, where is she? And she was just like, excuse me, nigga, you don't just get to come up in here and be demanding shit. She's out, she's busy, she's singing on the road, all right? He says, oh, does she have the baby? And she says, yep, the baby is with, because where else was she gonna leave a nigga? You wasn't here. This man is looking at my car again. I'm at McDonald's, and he looking like, why is the car just running? He is so confused. He says he wants to apologize. You know, he shouldn't have ran out like that. And she was just like, okay, well, fine. If that's how you feeling, whatever. Okay, he says, but he still is the baby's father. And he needs to know where the baby is. And she was just like I said, you don't get to come in here demanding shit. I will let Charity know that you came on by. Okay, now go on somewhere. They will escort you out. All right, so then he calls Aaron. And he says, yeah, you know exactly what you said. I'm going to need your help with something. So I guess Aaron is now going to represent Kevin in possibly trying to get custody of this baby. All right, because she is out on the road with the baby. That Kevin got his fucking nerve, don't he? Now, at the cotillion, everybody is there. May, Bishop, okay, thick neck Jacob, okay, old sour face Carissa, that dumbass Zora and her stupid ass boyfriend Isaiah, Sophia and her boyfriend Grace and Rick Fox, Darius, okay, they are all there. They are trying to take pictures, you know, and the girls look beautiful in their dresses. And then once the photographer takes everybody's picture, he says, okay, let's just do the grandparents. Okay, that's May and Bishop. Well, you guys know that May and Bishop are not each other's favorite people right now. So they taking the picture, but you could tell they mumbling back and forth. Okay, she's all like, you gonna move all your shit out the bedroom, okay, and make this whole entire scene, okay, it's just ridiculous. All right, so she's real disgusted with Bishop, but of course we have to keep up the appearance because this is the society world and they all can't see the Greenleaf family falling apart. Grace notices and she goes over and tells Jacob, you notice what's going on with mom and dad? And he was just like, I mean, what, they fighting? I mean, but you know, they have ups and downs all the time. And she's like, but she moved her, you know, he moved his stuff out of the bedroom, you know, maybe we should do something. He was like, what can we do? He was like, don't worry about it, they're gonna be fine, they've been through worse. But Grace is very concerned. So then we get on to the cotillion, and you know, Bishop presents Sophia and Jacob presents Zora, and you know, they get in line and they do their little dance, and it was all very beautiful and cotillion-like. Reminded me of my cotillion. I came out with Eastern Star back in right after I graduated from high school. Anyway, they do their dance. We see Rochelle the vamp in the background. I said, why that bitch there? Okay, then I remember that she's supposedly good friends with the lady that's over the entire society. But I was just like, ugh, just the fact that she's there. May goes over and talks to Tasha, and they fake makeup, you know. Tasha apologizes to May about the misunderstanding with the girls and the application and all of that, but you can tell that they ain't really seeing it for each other. Rochelle the vamp comes up, and once May walks off, okay, and she just kind of gives Tasha the look. Okay, the shit was almost very, very Tyler Perry-ish, but not quite that bad. But I was just like, oh, so what's going on with Miss Rochelle and Miss Tasha? We jump over to Charity and Jabari, and they're in the lounge after, I guess, her performance, and they're having drinks, and it's all very cozy and romantical there. It's very sexy, and, you know, they giving each other the eye over the table, and, you know, he kisses her, and then he tells her, you know what, I think it's time to get the check. And she was just like, yes, let's. So I was just like, ooh, is this child fixing to get her some finally? We see them in the bed together, and, you know, she got all her lingerie-ons and shit, okay? But she's a little uncomfortable. I said, oh my God, this Charity child, she's so fucking remedial. You know, Jabari is in the bed with her, and she was just like, Jabari, I have a scar. And he was like, you what? She said, I have a scar. I had to have an emergency C-section. And he was just like, well, let me see it. Okay, so she pulled down her little panty a little bit, and child, he bend over and he kissed it, and she goes, oh, like, child, she ain't never felt something so good in her life. Okay, then he come back up, and then he kiss her, and child, I guess all of the longing and the wanting all the feelings of what they wanted in their lives for each other, child, they about to have them a good old session. So I was like, finally, Charity gonna get her some, and maybe she'll start acting like a goddamn adult. But let's jump back to the cotillion. So Bishop and May still not really trying to be around each other. So Rochelle notices her in. So she goes up and asks Bishop to dance. Okay, he is like, nah, judging from my wife over there, I better not do it. Okay, May looking over there with that eyebrow just shot way up. Rochelle is about tired of this shit. So when Bishop walk off, she tells Tasha, she says, you know what, I told my brother this wasn't going to work. And I said, I told y'all. I told y'all that Rochelle was Basie's sister, didn't I? She was just like, I told him it wasn't gonna work, but you know what? That Bishop ain't gonna get over on me, honey. There's more than one way to skin a Greenleaf. She still got her good eye on Bishop. We jump over to the table where old Thick Neck and old Sour Face is sitting, and you know, Carissa tells Jacob that Zora is having sex with Isaiah. And that Jacob is looking like, what? I said, girl, you done picked a night of all nights to let this man know that his one and only daughter is having sex, and with that asshole. The girls are out there dancing with their dates. Okay, they're on the dance floor and they're waltzing, and Isaiah's having some kind of problem. Okay, as fucking usual. Him and Zora get to arguing a little bit on the damn dance floor, and then he rushes off. So when he rushes off, then Zora rushes off after. Well, Sophia's looking over her shoulder, and she see them two rush off the dance floor. So then she rushes off after them. Once Zora catches up with Isaiah and she's telling him don't leave, and he tell her how he's sick of this and he ain't doing this shit no more. Okay, he was upset originally because he told her that he had got a limo for after the cotillion so that they can go joyriding, and she was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. All right, so the nigga just fed up and mad, and make a long story short, bust the girl right here in the eye, which we knew was coming. Okay, and of course after he does it, he apologizes. Oh, I'm so sorry, you know, I love you, it won't never happen again. She was just like, whatever, please just leave it alone, just leave. He was like, please just forgive me. But Sophia, after she saw that, she goes and rushes and tells Jacob. Uncle Jacob, okay, Isaiah just hit Zora. Then that's when Jacob and Carissa, remember Jacob is fresh off the news that his daughter is fucking this boy. All right, he jumps up, and Zora and Isaiah is coming back onto the dance floor, I presume, and Jacob walks up to Zora and says, did he hit you? And she says, what? No, daddy. Okay, did Sophia tell you that? And you know, Sophia's just like, sorry. And then she was just like, no, he didn't do it. Isaiah comes up and Jacob says, did you hit my daughter? And he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And that Jacob just said, bow! And bust that nigga right down in the face right here. That shit was so funny. Okay, Isaiah fell out, and Jacob was just like, you lucky I didn't kill you, boy. Okay, but of course, this is with all the high society people around, okay? So everybody's watching this big old scene, you know, and May is just appalled, and child, Isaiah laid out, and Zora's upset. She runs off, and it's this huge Greenleaf scene. So Zora goes and locks herself up in the bathroom, and you got her mom and Sophia and Grace. They trying to get her out of the bathroom. They can't get her out of there. Okay, we see Bishop and Jacob, and Bishop co-signs what Jacob did. You know, Jacob thinks that he gonna be mad at him. He was like, no, I'm not gonna be mad. As a matter of fact, I'd have done the exact same thing. But May is upset because now y'all done did all of this, and all these people done seen all these problems that you got in their family. You know, they don't need this kind of publicity in their life. Camera goes back to Zora. She's in the bathroom. She gets a call from Isaiah. You know, he apologizes. It won't happen again. Okay, he loves her so much. He don't want to lose her. You know, let's run away. She's not really sure, but she finally does come out of the powder room. Okay, and everybody is just like standing there. You know, she's like ready to go home. I said, that girl fixing to run away, child. So now everybody's preparing to go home. May tells Bishop that I'm not coming home, no. I'm fixing to go home and change, and then I'm going to go see my sister. And Grace says, oh, is your sister in town? And May says, just for one night. So then May drives out to where Mavis is, and you know, Mavis is still very matter of fact, like, what you doing here? Like, what you wanted? May is all on this, you know, you're my sister, I love you, I want us to make amends. You know, Mac is not even here anymore. Okay, so maybe we can fix our problems because we were all victims in some kind of way. You know, Mavis don't want to hear that bullshit. Why are you here? What's going on with my club? Okay, so May pulls out the paperwork on the club and hands it to Mavis, and Mavis reads it over, and she's like, you know what? I'm tired of fighting over shit that's already rightfully mine. I don't even want that damn club no more. Here, you do whatever you want with it. As a matter of fact, give it to Grace. Let Grace take it. She can do whatever she wants with it. I'm not even gonna be here. I'm moving to Sweden. And May was just like, how can you leave when Mac is dead and Daddy dead, and you know, we basically all we got. And Mavis was like, I don't have you and you don't have me. May is still trying to fix this whole problem. She says, you know what, I'm here to tell you I'm sorry, and also to let you know that I forgive you. And Mavis was like, you forgive me for what? And she was like, please don't make me say it. And she was like, no baby, I want you to tell me exactly what I'm supposed to be getting forgiven for. May says, well, for you sleeping that one time with James. And Mavis said, oh, is that what he told you? One time? That's the lie he's pushing now. Baby, it was so many times that I had to throw your no good husband out of this place. And of course, when May hears that, she don't want to hear no more. But Mavis goes on and on. So it was like, girl, the only reason why he married you was because you was pretty. You was a pretty one of them little light skin, and you was going to look good as a wife while he tried to build this church. Other than that, honey, he didn't love you. I said, ooh, Mavis, why you got to be so mean, girl? And that May is disgusted. She can't take it no more. She about to leave, and she turns around and she says, you know what though? He chose me and he chose his wife. Okay, so what does that have to say about you? I said, well, girl, that wasn't really the biggest and the best comeback. Because I don't think Mavis ever probably looked at herself as a fucking wife or not. But yeah, that Mavis show did read old May. The next morning, we see old Bishop. He get up, he taking his medication for his shakes. What is he have, Parkinson or is it MS? I can't remember exactly which one that he has, but I was like, child, they done stressed old Bishop out so much that now his shakes is back. We see old thick neck and sour face in the bed talking, and you know, Carissa is just feeling bad because she feels like some of this is her fault. You know, no matter what she's done for Zora, is somewhere inside that girl is broken, and that she doesn't see her value. And Jacob is like, don't worry about it. Okay, we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna fix it. Everything is gonna be fine. And then he gets up and he goes to her room. You know, Zora, open up. Okay, she doesn't open, of course, because Zora's not there. Opens the door. Okay, she didn't pulled the drawers out, packed up some shit fast, and climbed out the window, left her cell phone so they can't even get in touch with her. She's gone. Surprise, surprise. Back at the house, Carissa calls Grace, and she's all frantic, okay? Zora has left with Isaiah. We called Isaiah's family. They don't know where he is. We don't know where she is. You know, they don't know what to do. So that's a mess. And Grace is about to tell Bishop, but then in the door walks Lady May. And that May is mad. Okay, she looked at Bishop. She said, you told me it was one time. And Bishop is looking at her, and Grace is looking at her mom and her dad like, oh shit. Bishop was just like, She was like, I want you to move out of my house right now. And that Bishop was just like, so be it. Motherfucker just walked out the door and left. I said, oh, Bishop, you ain't even gonna try to deny. You gonna talk about one time you been out there just rolling around in the hay with that Mavis. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Not only that, but when Bishop leave, where do you think he takes it? I'm gonna give you one good guess. He's standing out in front of a building, and then all of a sudden up walks old Rochelle the vamp. She tells him to come on in, and as the camera pans out, and the Bishop walks in with Rochelle with his hand so tenderly on the small of her back, we see the building that they are walking into is the Biltmore Hotel. And then we know what goes down in the Biltmore Hotel. I said, Bishop, oh, you don't know what you about to get yourself into. Ooh, that May is going to kill Miss Rochelle. That's what I do know. It was a really good season finale. What did you guys think? All right, you guys, let me get off of here. Let me say that I am going to be reviewing How to Get Away with Murder tomorrow. That will be up on Friday. All right? All right. Let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right, all right. So I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.